Good afternoon, welcome to Holbeach Parish Council's PR&IT Committee.
I just closed the door.
Yeah.
It's a bit noisy, isn't it?
I read six.
That's
Yeah.
better, yeah.
This one.
Item 1 of 5, apologies for absence. No, because we're all here. Declarations of interest. To receive any declarations of interest in accordance with the requirements of the Localism Act 2011 and to consider any requests for dispensations in respect of pecuniary or non-pecuniary interests in agenda items.
None for me.
No? None. Thank you. Item 17, to resolve to approve as a correct record the notes of the meeting of the committee held on the 31st of May 2022 and to authorise the chair to sign the official minutes.
Yep.
Yes.
I'll say.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Item 18, to receive an update on the photography competition for a Holbeach calendar. We've had one extra photograph
One extra.
that's come from the
Yeah.
Methodist.
I apologise, I haven't put anything on Facebook
Yeah.
yet, but I can put another post out if you like.
Yes.
Yeah, it's on the digital notice board, so
Okay.
go around.
I suppose push comes to shove, we could take some pictures and just say donated by anonymous.
Yeah, I mean we have got photographs that were done at the Jubilee celebrations and things like that.
Yeah.
We should have one of the beacon for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I think we might just have to fill it out with
Yes.
others.
Yeah, because I mean some of them are not really appropriate for a calendar.
Mm.
Well, they're not specific, are they?
Scaffolding.
Is a
No, random. Take a picture of the
Just
scaffolding.
take
and
pictures
show
of
it.
yeah. Yeah.
Well, I don't know, I suppose we could take one of Carter's Park, the Jubilee Garden.
Yeah.
Yeah. Need to get a limestone down there, don't
Mm.
We ordered,
we? Is it?
I think so.
Is it?
Don't know.
I
I
don't.
saw an email of Jan, did she reply?
Oh, did
to
Jan
this morning
get
to
it?
say-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just apologised and said,
Yeah.
I think she said she'd ordered it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's good.
Item 19, to receive an update on the Youth Council. Do we have a date yet?
No, we're waiting for them to get back to us with some dates that, and then we can, I presume now it'll be in September because they're finished.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, we are on with
Okay,
that.
so we'll put that on the next agenda,
Yeah.
Mhm.
which will be August.
Yeah.
I think we agreed. Item 20, to receive an update on press releases. What's the one that you've...
The one that went out for the car
Yes.
show.
The one we wrote in reply to Victoria's request.
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah.
just a very simple
Yes.
comment, wasn't it?
Would you like to print that?
Yeah, we'll see what sort of story
Yes.
comes out with that one.
That'll be...
Don't think there was too much to say really, so. But she did say she was going to print the car show one in the same
Yeah.
thing, so that should probably come out.
I did look at their Voice yesterday and the Free Press on Tuesday, and there was nothing.
No, the reporter that we normally contact pinged back and said he was on annual leave.
Okay.
So I would say it'll probably come up when he's
Whether there'll be anything in the Guardian today, I don't know.
No,
Rick said there's nothing online.
is there not?
No, I'll do it every day.
Okay,
There's nothing.
we'll have a look and see.
Yeah.
Very quiet concerning us at the moment.
Yeah.
Is there anything? Oh, we have got. Hopefully the inclusive swing should be
Oh,
coming
yes.
soon-ish because it's been delivered. So it's just when Colin's back
Yeah.
from holiday,
Okay.
then hopefully that can go up. So,
Can we do a press release about the agitation about
That's
that?
just what I was thinking.
Just put
yeah.
something together and say that
Yeah.
seem to be suffering an awful lot.
I mean, we have had contact from the police about the bench in Cars Park.
Yes.
Yeah, Karen,
So
They've got a name, haven't they?
yeah, they've got a name, so hopefully they'll be able to tackle that one.
Yeah.
It is just the difficulty, I mean, hopefully when we get to the CCTV one,
Yeah.
it's the difficulty of them having evidence to be able to work with, isn't it,
Yeah,
really? And
I'm
most of the
concerned
time,
about the bit that was cut off.
yeah, we've reported that today to the police, because
Yeah.
the insurers did come back and said it looks definitely like it's been
Yeah,
cut.
yeah. 100% guaranteed.
Yeah,
But
so,
that wouldn't have been done during daylight.
And personally, I don't think that would have been done by a youngster.
it will be very difficult, because you'd have had to have tools, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So,
Could be there for ages with the hacksaw.
I mean, even with a medium-sized hacksaw, that would take.
mhm.
Yeah.
You just have to know the best place to cut it as well.
Yeah, because it was
Good
done right
impact.
on where it would have.
Yeah, yeah.
The play inspection company came back with that one and said that they would have to come out and have a look at it to be able to see.
Yeah.
It's just whether, I suppose, if we know it's been cut, then we know the other bit is safe to use
Yeah.
still. But we've taken all of the seats off just in case. So, yeah. But yes, it probably would be worth, because especially if that's happened, that is,
Yeah.
it's something to warn the public of.
Mm.
And it's probably worth us getting the parks team to do additional inspections. But it might be useful just to try and reassure people that they do inspections weekly.
Yeah.
But as a result of this, we're going to get them to do additional ones.
Is there something for Facebook or?
Not in both, Facebook and
Facebook
press.
and the press, yeah,
Mm.
probably put something together. Because we haven't had any more reports of anybody on scaffolding, which is good. But
The
it's,
signs are there now, don't
yeah, so it's sort of trying to eventually get it out of the way. Yeah.
They've just changed location.
Yes.
they? I did see Jane down there the other day as well,
Mm-hmm.
walking through, which was nice to see.
Yeah.
Good. Any other comments on that?
I can't think of anything else at the moment.
I suppose there is the opening of the Jubilee, but that's in the Village Voice this month.
Mm-hmm. That's the end of August, isn't
That's
it?
the end of August, so we can leave that. Yeah.
I mean, do we want to do a bit of a press release about, because I need to advertise the forum before our meeting.
Oh, yes.
So do we want to put something in there and just say that people can come along
Are they more likely to read the Facebook
Did anything else?
and... Yeah.
than anything else? I don't think people buy papers, do they?
No, a lot of people get the Voice because it's free,
Yeah.
but yeah, not a lot of
I
people.
remember the last time I brought a newspaper, to be honest.
Mm.
It's all full of doom and gloom anyway. Right.
Okay. So the next one is the item 21, to receive an update on the forums and to resolve to agree the next one, presumably the one after the one that we've arranged for, is it the 11th?
Yeah, Jan said to let you know that the Methodist Church has been booked from 5:30 on the
Okay.
11th of July,
Okay.
What's that for?
to have the
Forum between
Forum.
5:30 and 6:30
Ah, okay.
for full council.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, no, what day was that?
the
The 11th of July.
just before the
Just
full
before,
council.
yeah. Before
Ah, okay.
council. I'll probably get a poster or something on Facebook this
Yes,
weekend
okay.
to advertise that. And then I'll also put it on the screen as well.
Okay. Is there any point putting it on the notice boards?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it'd be useful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going out to, well, I'll do something,
Okay.
because I'll probably leave that until I put the agendas up.
Yeah, and then you can put it up at the
Put
same
it
time,
otherwise
because it
it's-
doesn't need loads of advertising, it just
No.
needs, if people want to come, they'll come, won't they? So
Will it be on the agenda before?
actually, that could be quite useful just to notify people. Yeah, put something above and just say that there will be
Not yet, prior to the meeting.
there's probably no need, we can discuss it with Jan on Monday when we do the agenda. But there's probably no need to have an open forum at the beginning of that meeting if we're going to do the big.
Yeah.
We'll just replace it with the larger open forum.
Mm. That'd be Mr. Polk and Phil for an extra hour then.
Well, it's not a parish council meeting though, is it? If
No,
it's
true.
so.
No, if we make it clear,
Yeah.
you know, what the objectives are, that it's not a
Yeah, it's just a public.
question and answer session in that way, or a venting session.
It's just about the council really, isn't it? Not
Yes.
what-
Yeah, it's for anybody to just have a general chat, ask any questions,
Yeah.
talk to us
Everybody
about
wants to.
things.
I mean,
Become
Jan
a
did say
councillor.
when I spoke to her on the phone yesterday that she'd put something together for a prospective councillor,
Yeah,
didn't she?
yeah.
I never heard back anything. So we must have a little information pack would be useful.
Mhm.
We'll ask her on Monday.
Yeah.
Just a bit tied up at the moment.
Yeah, I don't want to bother her
No.
dealing with anything else. So, do we want to decide one for August? Well, I think we did say, actually, I read somewhere, and I think it was in the minutes, that we would go out to St Mark's in August.
I've got a memory like it's
Yeah.
I know we're booking, or have we booked the Holwich Herne Village Hall for the August meeting?
I don't think there's been a reply, has
There's
there?
no been no.
There's no reply,
No,
okay.
I've left messages and I've also keep ringing as well, so there's no reply at the
Mhm.
moment.
Because it
So
is
maybe
quite
it's
useful to
full
sort
and
of
then
tag
they'll
it
put
on
that
to
Yes.
another meeting, because then you don't have to
Yeah.
hire it twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we could do the same there as
You
we're
could do the
doing
same,
something
yeah.
we're doing here. Who's the contact for the village hall? Is it?
Jenny Wood.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jenny Wood.
I have emailed her before and I haven't got a response.
We should be having a George Drama Trust meeting soon, and Jenny sits on that. So
Yeah.
if all else fails and you haven't heard back from her by when we have that meeting, then I can just
Yeah.
mention it. Because if not, we'll have to book St Mark's again, won't we?
Yeah. Do we know whether we got anything back from Holbrook St John's about paying the invoice for hiring the hall there? Because they never sent a
Nothing's coming up.
We
Whether
asked.
Jan's, it's gone direct to Jan.
Okay. We just asked for their bank account details to pay, but I
Yeah.
don't think they were forthcoming.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have a couple of events on. You've got the car show in July, and then you're going to have the opening of the Jubilee Garden. So as well as doing the
Ideal
meeting,
events, aren't
yeah, you can do
they? Yeah.
a bit of a session there.
Okay, moving on to item 22, to receive an update on the Holbeach Grove defibrillator. Well, the waterproof box has come.
Is that what's that in the office?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose I should unpack it to make it sure that's what it is, because I haven't done yet. But they did say that will come within 2 to 3 weeks, and the defibrillator could take up to 20 weeks.
Wow.
Really? Oh gosh. Wow.
It is what it is.
It is. Yeah.
It's on order, I presume it's been, I don't know, was it been paid for? Been paid up in advance?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
That's
Would it be on a receipt?
No, John's never said.
No.
No.
about it. Usually they send it and then invoice you afterwards.
Invoice, yeah.
I did think it would it's nice to ask Steve if he would wire it in
Mm-hmm.
Free of charge.
free of charge,
Yeah.
and then appear in the photograph with our things. I'm sure he would, especially if you asked him. Okay, item 23, to resolve to agree the notice board locations for posting of HPC agendas and to agree to purchase ones for Holbeach St John's and Holbeach Herne. When I went on the course, I did ask lots of questions, and I just said, I mentioned this before, whether we should post the agendas physically up on the outline boards, and the answer to that from that was yes, we should.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's okay in the Holbrook Town to do it
Yes,
with digital board,
It is,
but the others need to go
yeah.
physical
Physical,
board, yeah.
I think as long as we've got the money, then it's an override, it's just go and get 2 new
Yeah.
notice boards.
Yeah.
I mean, just for the
They're not expensive.
practicalities as well, if we have to put the agendas up,
Yeah,
if they've already got a notice board and we're trying to put them in there, there's not going to be enough room, is there?
I mean, I
That's
looked
basic.
at Holbeach Hearns and that's stuffed full.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
um,
So you just need to work out where you're going.
yeah.
Mhm.
Well, not ideally, you want them next to theirs, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they're on poles. The one that in Holbeach Hearn outside the church, isn't it?
Mhm.
I think the one would have to go on the village hall. Because if you look at it, buying one of the other,
Yeah.
that's...
Yeah, because that's what I need to ask her
Yes.
as well, so 'cause she deals with that.
Mhm.
I will ask again the Holbeach St John's chairman whether we can
Put it
screw
on the
on
village
front.
hall.
I can't see why not.
Mm.
I don't know who that belongs to. It's a charity. It's got
Okay.
Southern District Council, big plaque on the
Oh,
front
right.
as well.
I don't know.
No, I don't. There's a defibrillator on the front.
Mhm.
I'll ask.
Yeah.
So do we need to,
But it's much easier for me to have our own rather than have to go through asking somebody, please may I?
Yeah,
okay,
just do it as a
And just,
company
and just do it.
Yeah.
so we need to vote on the purchasing of the two new ones, don't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I think maybe we should defer that because we haven't got permission to do it yet. Or
Can
can
you
we
agree
just
to
agree?
To it,
Subject to
subject to
permission.
submission.
Yeah.
Mm.
If we don't get them, we don't purchase them, but
Yeah.
if we
Yeah,
do have permission, we do.
so I'll propose on that.
Yeah,
I'll second.
I agree. And item 24, to discuss the budget for 2023-24.
This is where you've set the budget.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, IT wise, I don't think we need anything, because we're up to date with laptops, you've now got your big screens, haven't you? I don't think there's anything else that you need to purchase now,
No, I mean,
not IT wise, anyway.
we had a look at the budgets for last year, because, yeah.
Sorry.
Most of the IT stuff was actually in admin, wasn't it? Because it was the licenses and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Obviously that, did that include Realtas last time or not? I can't remember. We wouldn't have done, would it?
No, probably not.
No. So we just got those bits and pieces. So that's pretty much just going to stay the same. I can't
Yeah.
see there's going to be anything. I mean, notice boards and stuff. Obviously, we didn't budget for, but they don't cost much.
£70 each.
And it will just be again for your CCTV system,
Yeah, I think-
depending on.
We're going to need to build something into item 25 for the budgets for next year, aren't we, or even maybe this year.
I would say you definitely need your ongoing costs in your budget for next year.
Yeah,
And also ongoing costs for the digital screen,
Yeah.
which is pittance, not much, but it just needs to be put in there.
So what do we put in, just a round figure to cover?
just to see what we're spending this year and sort
Yeah.
of add 10% to it, really.
Digital screen's £5 a month, so
Okay,
it's not much.
Just peanuts, really.
yeah.
And if that's, I mean, CCTV, depending on
How we go with it.
how you go with it. If you go for, again, like SIM cards and stuff, then it'll be similar per month as to...
Similar. A similar SIM card.
A similar SIM card per month.
Yeah, oh, sorry, that's the
Yeah.
next one, yeah.
Oh, right. Well, we can combine it, can't we? The two?
Yeah.
I'm looking at the one that the gentleman suggested today.
Yeah, which is out of date, by the way.
Oh, was it?
There's a
Yeah.
newer one,
Okay,
a newer version, which is a bit more expensive.
yeah. What was it,
I
177?
didn't actually look at the
Okay.
links. What was the...
What was the price?
Yeah, what sort of system were they?
It's a standalone one camera,
Right,
basically, with a SIM card.
with the SIM card in the camera, yeah.
Yeah, that records. It also comes with solar panel to recharge the battery.
Yeah, there's loads of them about. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're going to be... If we're going to have a whole system of the park and cemetery, because they're the main areas you'd want, if you have the cameras with SIM cards in, then you're going to have to get SIM cards for each camera, which is
Yeah.
going to be a ridiculous amount.
Yeah.
I would say our best option is probably going to be looking into getting a good router that will take a SIM card,
Yeah.
and then we can have just the cameras that connect via Wi-Fi
Yeah.
within the park and cemetery.
I still think we need to get some companies in to have a
Yes.
look
And advisors.
and start now.
Yeah.
Local companies, aren't we? Again, I know JWK do a lot of,
I don't mind having a look around.
yeah.
I've got some spare time. Because yeah, by the time we've looked at that, we could be looking at a chunk of money.
Mm.
So
I mean, yeah, it depends what they advise doing, but a wireless router will be about, ones with good range would be about 300 quid.
Mm.
And then the cameras would be a decent one, would be about 70 quid each.
How many would you need?
Depends.
You want a minimum of 2 in the cemetery
Yeah.
to cover, that would cover all 4 sides of the chapels,
Mhm.
wouldn't it? So in an ideal world, you've probably got 4 in there,
Yeah,
and you can cover the gates as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's 4 in it, and then
Carter's Park.
Carter's Park, you could probably do with minimum of half dozen,
Yeah.
I think, to be
Yeah.
honest.
It does depend. I mean, it's something you could build on, depending on how you do your setup. You could get more cameras
Yeah,
year on year.
yeah, as long as the system's capable of taking more,
More,
obviously,
yeah.
So we need to future-proof that, don't we?
The main thing you'd be looking at is the cameras need to be, wireless.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they'd have to be with battery or whatever, and then you can get solar panels, but that makes
Yeah.
them quite expensive sometimes. And then Wi-Fi, so then it all just goes remotely to somebody's phone,
Yeah,
which means you can monitor it remotely, and B, no data stored anywhere near the cameras or on
Steve
site.
uses that at work, he'll look,
Yeah,
he's alerted, he'll look, he can see what's going on there.
it's just making sure that they're good enough quality pixels and night vision, and you can get motion detecting ones and stuff as well.
yeah, ideally, it'd be quite nice to get ones that you can
Rotate,
rotate,
yeah.
but that would cost even more, because you'd have to have a power supply or something.
You can get them battery operated.
Can you?
Yeah, but they're the ones that rotate are more like £150
Oh,
each.
okay.
But you could have a couple of them in key areas, and then
Yeah,
your more basic ones in other places.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you
yeah.
could kind of mix and match.
okay.
But yeah, if we get somebody who can give some advice on it, and
Yeah.
then if they can point us in the right direction, then we can get quotes in, can't we?
Yeah.
Because there's that many companies that provide them.
Oh, there's loads of them.
Yeah.
So just to say that we're looking into it.
Yeah, and that gives us plenty of time, because we won't do the first couple of budgets until October, will we? In September, early October. But we should logically be there by the end of September, have an idea what we're going to do.
Anything in the minutes for the budget, as in amounts or,
I'll just say to be worked on.
yeah,
Yeah. There's only minor things that need
Yeah.
tweaking, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
and that we agreed that CCTV system is the way forward.
Yeah.
Gotta be,
Okay,
Yeah. I'll propose.
so we have to agree on that.
yeah, I'll second
Yeah,
it.
right,
Well, this gentleman has offered to
agree. Yes,
give assistance, and his email sounds quite a good candidate to be a councillor as well, but,
Yeah.
if he's offering his assistance for
I
free,
think
it would be daft not to take it.
Yeah. And Colin's got somebody who does CCTV systems
I
as
said
well.
that a few times,
But it's trying
pin them down.
to pin them down,
Don't
yeah.
get anything back.
So,
Yeah.
if the parishioner who's contacted who wants to give advice,
Yeah.
may as well get him out and.
yes,
Yeah.
Get a clerk to contact Parishioner.
yes,
Yes, please.
Yeah.
we don't know where
With
he
a,
lives.
with a big thank you for his
Yes.
offer.
Yeah,
Although,
Yeah.
the sign he mentioned in the park about £100 reward,
Well, I've got a feel that's about.
I think we need to
So
find it and take it down.
Yeah, I don't think anybody knows that.
absolutely.
No,
No,
it was mentioned in the parishioner's
It
email.
was about, it said, I think the police were offering £100 reward.
Oh, were they?
I think that's what it said.
Have a look.
yeah, so you need to use it, though. Good.
Right, moving on, item 26, agenda items for the next meeting.
CCTV, obviously.
We need to make a decision, I think, then about photography competition and
Yeah,
costings and getting stuff printed.
yeah.
Yeah, so are we going to do 2 months and go to August? Is that what we were
Yeah, that's
planning
what
to
we
do?
said.
So by that point, we really need to be handing over the entries to the judges, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll get back to the guy that I was going to ask to print them, because obviously we've got to have sponsored by, and we've got to have
Mm-hmm.
where it is, and what it is,
Yeah.
which might add to the cost, I don't know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And he's probably, I can't remember how long ago it was, I asked him last autumn, I think, so
I was just wondering about that.
prices would have
I'm
gone
Yeah.
up,
not
I'm
sure for
sure.
like Heinz and
I'm
Tesco.
sorry, yeah.
aren't
Yeah,
I think, to be honest, the agenda's pretty much the same as
Yeah.
this one, isn't it? Yeah. Nice and easy.
they?
okay, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So to confirm the date and the venue of the next meeting.
We've got PPGS, oh, that's spring, July, but we're doing it August.
Maybe the last week,
So full
Before-
council's on the 8th, isn't it?
so
It's
if,
fine, that to be the Monday before then.
so if we went somewhere from 22nd that week, beginning,
Will that be the week before we do the
that's the week before.
Jubilee?
That's the
Garden
week
thing?
before the bank holiday and
Mhm.
Jubilee. What day's best? Well, it has to be Tuesday, Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you do it on Wednesday, that gives me time to do the minutes straight away.
Yeah.
So on Thursday,
I'll do it,
that's the only thing.
Yeah.
Well, let's go for Wednesday the 24th then.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's more, couldn't do it in the morning either, is it?
No. Yeah, whatever time's good.
I like daytime ones.
Yes, I do.
Saving petrol.
Yeah, there's that. I refuse to fill up today, I went to Sainsbury's.
Shoot.
I'm 91.9. I'm all paying for that.
It's,
in a week.
it's
£11
£72
a week.
a possibility.
Is it?
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I've got nothing in my tank to do 180 miles. I've got to pick my granddaughter up tomorrow, she can walk out after that.
I must say I'm being careful.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm combining things in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's getting beyond the
Yeah.
jokes, I think. It's how some people are going to be really suffering, aren't they?
Mm.
Right, so we'll say Wednesday the 24th at
Yeah.
what, 11 o'clock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't do early.